I cannot enter. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. It's locked. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. It's locked, all right. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. Scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Sure we're making a difference.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly.
Does my arrival inconvenience you?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's...
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel...
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without us...
I know we've never met before.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of...
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do...
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine...
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us...
I don't intend to run any radical experiment.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity.
It seems you have bad memory.
I refuse to see this industrial...
We can at least agree on something. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money? Fame? Or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the...
Be careful what you insinuate, Doc.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You have...
Thank you.
But we have some of the most brilliant minds in London. Never could keep anything from us. You always need words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'll give you some advice, but understand that nothing beats practical experience, which can be exhausting and solitary work.
Of course, sir. And don't worry, I will never allow myself to be a burden, neither to you nor this hospital.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, What with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly?
Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I'm...
You can't hold yourself responsible.
Of course I didn't hurt myself.
How could your job be responsible?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a...
Tell me more about
1915. I was in the army.
what happened.
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but
I'm sorry for your loss.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are your children?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is...
Goodbye.
With you at our side, Dr. Reed, I know that...
There again.
The flower's dying. It needs water. It's locked, all right.
Sure we're making a difference.
It's here again.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized?
My mother just wants to...
Is your mother...
That's tempting, Doctor.
Pembroke
It's
Hospital?
not me.
I have...
Good evening, sir. Doctor,
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
You are not a burden, sir.
And you have my
I have to go...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Nowadays, the life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work.
Thank you. But I'd rather you didn't speak, so...
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan.
Please.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors.
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not...
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that...
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of...
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my...
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss. Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your... This dead flesh needs it.
Please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedience,
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor.
I heard there have been some despicable goings.
Blackmail? Wait.
I assure you, madam, this is not an...
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigan...
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable...
This is your business, Doctor, not mine.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've... The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew.
No matter how you feel about...
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps her up.
She could have been telling...
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew.
What can you tell me about the strange man?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention.
What...
Let me...
Goodbye, nurse. It's locked. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Jadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Jadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Please show me.
Of course.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse.
This isn't even my neighbour. Please, sir.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir.
How long have you been...
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers... What can you tell me about...
His name is Oswald Thatcher.
Where was your...
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital.
This is a dangerous part.
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital.
What can you tell me about...
I'm Oswald's best friend.
I have all the...
Thank you, Doc. Have you found...
Not yet.
All right.
I have...
Thank...
daily routine.
Safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Surely I can endure. Jesus, I've never seen so many people.
relax. What's that? No one is here. Relax.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.